Hey, what's up you guys, it's Caboose XBL bringing you another Suicide Squad video, and today what we're going to be doing is breaking down the Suicide Squad trailer. Now, I'm not necessarily going to be breaking it down frame by frame, second by second. However, I've watched the trailer like 100 times, and there's some things that I want to talk about and point out that maybe some of you missed when you viewed the trailer for the 100th time yourself. So with that said, let's get on with the breakdown. The first thing that I wanted to talk about is something that was actually brought to my attention because of another YouTuber, Mr. Sunday Movies. So shout outs to you, Mr. Sunday, if you're watching this, for pointing this out to me, because your theory, I totally agree with. And that is the character talking to Amanda Waller in the beginning of the trailer being General Eiling. He definitely fits the character's look in terms of how he looks in the comics, and the idea of what he's doing here, trying to find answers, trying to understand what Amanda Waller is doing, fits the character of General Eiling pretty perfectly. So I'm definitely going to agree with Mr. Sunday Movies in that this character is General Eiling. Now moving on, the trailer kind of transitions into some shots of all the characters in the Suicide Squad, but the main thing that I wanted to talk about was the Enchantress, because there seems to be some things going on with her. Obviously, we see that they're kind of exploring her origin. She turns into the Enchantress because of something, I don't know, she's in this puddle of water, a dark black, almost blood looking water. There's some satanic symbols behind her, so something turns her into the Enchantress, and I really like that. That's very interesting that they're exploring this character's origins. But the one thing that I like the most is that they're embracing the magic and the idea of the character and what she revolves around, and that is of course magic and these superpowers, you know. There is no way going around it. There is no hyper-realism that you can add to the Enchantress. She's the Enchantress, she does magic stuff, and it's weird as crap. So I like that David Ayer is completely embracing that. He is not working around it to make it something that's like hyper-realistic. You know, he's making it work within this world. However, he is embracing the idea of the characters and the core idea of their powers and everything like that. So shout outs to David Ayer for doing that. But another thing that I wanted to point out about her character is that she seems to have some sort of a relationship with Colonel Rick Flag. As you can see here, she's kissing him in this scene before she becomes the Enchantress. So maybe her recruitment in the Suicide Squad has something to do with this relationship between herself and Colonel Rick Flag. All I know is that I'm very interested in seeing how this relationship is explored and what's going on here and how he feels about her transformation into this creepy looking monster, because it's definitely creepy looking when she becomes the Enchantress. Now this next shot, or these next couple of shots from the trailer, is what I like to call Assault on Arkham. You can see these guys in these masks and they're shooting and the hallways and everything. It very much looks like Arkham Asylum. Now this next shot is definitely what confirms that for me almost. And that is of this henchman, this guy in this suit holding down Harley Quinn on this table. Now I think that all that's going on here is Joker's henchmen are breaking into Arkham Asylum to break the Joker out. Now moving on to the next shot in the trailer, this is some sort of robbery. As I mentioned in my previous video about the Suicide Squad trailer, someone seems to be wearing some sort of Batman mask here. Of course, I do think that this guy in the Batman mask, as well as the people in the weird eyeball mask and everything, seem to be Joker's crew, his gang that he has. But this next shot is actually of the Joker himself, probably after they've broken him out of Arkham Asylum, and what you can tell there is the henchman walking in front of the Joker very much resembles the guy who was holding down Harley Quinn in the last shot back at Arkham Asylum. So Joker definitely has a group of henchmen, a group of thugs working for him. However, unlike previous renditions of the character, they're making it kind of like these are important characters, you know? They're not just throwaway guys that the Joker shoots to scare the other guys off, you know? So I like that the henchmen are kind of becoming a core part of who the Joker is, and I like that he has this gang and people working for him. It looks really, really cool, and the Joker just seems like a real mob boss, you know? I really, really like that. Now moving on, this next shot here actually is very much blink and you'll miss it, and it's actually a really essential shot to the character of Captain Boomerang, and that is Katana holding her sword to his neck, throwing him against a wall. Why this is so essential to Captain Boomerang is because the character of Captain Boomerang always likes to butt heads with all the Suicide Squad. He's an asshole. That's just who Captain Boomerang is. And again, David Ayer is paying so much attention to source material without us even noticing, because this guy, that's what he is. That's what he does. He doesn't play well with others. He's not that great of a person to be on a team of people, and he doesn't like to follow orders. So whatever's going on here, he's probably pissed off Katana, and she's holding her sword against his neck, throwing him against a wall, telling him to shut his mouth. So I really like that. I like that Captain Boomerang is going to kind of embrace that asshole personality that he has in the comics. Moving on, there's a lot to talk about in this next shot. Of course, we know that right here, this is the beginning of Joker's torturing of Harley Quinn. After, actually, to point out, yes, this is the Joker right here. You can see the purple glove resting his hand on her head, as well as the ha-ha-ha tattoos on his shoulder there. But one thing that I really noticed that was so great about this shot is Harleen's costume design. The white lab coat and the red dress shirt, and of course the glasses, very much resembles Harley Quinn from the animated series, the Batman the Animated Series. We all know that Harley Quinn was created in the animated series, so it's great to see David Ayer paying so much attention to source material, especially when it comes down to costume design. That is a really nice touch, of course, in a very much unsettling scene overall. But yes, the Joker is torturing Harley Quinn here, turning her into Harley Quinn in some way, shape, or form, and I find it disturbing. If you don't, I'm sorry for you, but, you know, yes, the Joker is twisted. This is what he does, I guess, and it's going to be a pretty messed up scene, that is for sure. Another thing to point out, of course, this is everything that we all knew about from the set photos, and we've pretty much seen it in the trailer. There's no way you could have missed it. Batman appears in the Suicide Squad movie. So, good to know. You know, I'm really glad to see that this universe is all connected, and I'm really happy to see that Batman's going to be in the Suicide Squad movie. Now, these next couple shots is about the character of El Diablo. Now, I don't know too much about this character. However, from the little research that I've done, I've learned that he has these tattoos that enable these fire powers for him. And of course, what you can see here is they're kind of drenching him in water. And it looks very tragic, and it looks kind of almost brutal, you know? Like, they're just drenching him in water, and it looks really, really tragic. But yes, this is probably some way to drain him of his powers so that he can't use his fire-based powers against the police and everything like that. So that's very interesting. Moving on, we get our shot of our favorite character in the Suicide Squad, Slipknot. I mean, who is not excited for this character? Forget the Joker, forget I can't. So yes, Slipknot, there's a shot of him in the trailer. I mean, he looks alright in action. There's really not much to him. He's just a guy who uses ropes and stuff. I mean, maybe there's some cool stuff that he does in the comics, but I never heard of him. I never seen the stuff that he does in the comics. All I know is he uses ropes, and his name is Slipknot. Now, the last thing that I wanted to talk about in the Suicide Squad trailer pretty much relates back to what I was talking about in this Assault on Arkham thing. As you can see here, this little shot is of Joker right before we get that face reveal, and you can tell that his pants say Arkham, as well as those medical supplies in the back, pretty much confirming that this does take place in Arkham Asylum, and that's really great to see that we're going to get to go to Arkham Asylum. We're going to get to explore that area in this universe, but most of all, this is where the torturing begins of Harley Quinn, as right after the shot we get the, oh, I'm not going to kill you, I'm just going to hurt you really, really bad. That was the best Joker impression, bar none. No, I'm kidding. But yes, you can see that this definitely takes place in Arkham Asylum, and the guy in the panda suit on the left was someone that we saw earlier on in the trailer, obviously hinting towards the fact that Joker has these group of henchmen that work for him, and we get that confirmation, sort of, that there is a group of people breaking him out of Arkham Asylum, but I guess he just didn't want to leave because he saw Harleen. I don't know. I'm really, really excited to see how everything goes down in this movie. But let me know what you guys thought of my breakdown of the Suicide Squad trailer. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If there's some things that I missed in the trailer that you noticed, please point them out in the comment section below. I'm CaboosXBL. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter and like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later.